What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Four to Score Sports. This week we're joined with Mr. Jackson Wolfe, who attends the College of Charleston. He's a football coach there, senior there as well. Happy to have him here. I like his background. Everything's looking great there. Then we have, and what you guys are going to see in your bottom left, we have Mr. Colton Powell. Goes to NC State. He's a sophomore, one of my good buddies, known him for a little bit. Big Cowboys fan, big sports guy, a lot of energy coming out of him. Then in our bottom right, we have Devonte, NC State grad and big football coach. So really liking what's going on there. A big diverse group. Nobody knows anyone except for me. This week we're going to go over some football. We're going to recap some games, talk about some injuries, jump into some basketball. Then we're going to go into a little bit of baseball. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. We're going to recap the Cowboys-Falcons game. So myself and Colton, we're Cowboys fans. Jackson, even though it says Abby, it's Jackson. And Keith, that's what we're going to go with. Is that cool if we call you Keith?
Yeah, that's true.
That's my instinct. It's my instinct. Big Falcons fans.
Yeah.
Falcons fans. So, obviously, we played each other this week. I wasn't feeling good at first. 4 turnovers or 4 fumbles in the first 3 drives. Falcons had all the momentum, went up 20-0. There's no way they blow a 20-0 lead. I wasn't happy. Wasn't looking good. Not happy with Mike McCarthy. Play call was not the best. Tell me how you guys feel about that.
Well, I can already tell you have not followed the Falcons for the past, what, 7? No, I'm tripping.
Yeah,
probably 7, but the past at least 4 years. Because the way I remember looking at it, I was like, oh, snap, this is probably good for fantasy, but every Falcons fan knows what's about to happen. And something stupid was going to happen. And sure enough, it happened. Yeah. So I knew it was something. What I think my moment when I knew everything would turn around, when I saw those 2 passes Matty Ice threw that went incomplete, and something in my head went off like, oh snap, this is like 28, not 28-3, 28-10, because they scored one already. So as soon as I saw incomplete passes, I knew it was about over.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, being a Falcons fan, we're notorious for blowing leads, so it's not that really. It was a custom. I expected it when it happened, and we as Falcons fans, we hope that Dan Quinn gets the boot here in a couple games. Hopefully by the end of the year. Looking for a new start there at the head coaching position. They fired almost every other assistant coach except for Dan Quinn's the only one that's been there, and nothing's changed. So hope they can get that heads and figure that out. But I mean, they got off to a strong start. I was hoping they'd be able to finish, and they didn't. And that's just how it happens sometimes,
It's just I don't know. It's just as a Falcons fan, you don't set your expectations too high. Like I had high hopes for them, but they started off. I don't know. It was weird. Like they started off too well. Like their first quarter went too in their favor. True. They were too far ahead, and I'm thinking, this is it. This is as close to winning as we're going to get, because we never had that moment with the Seahawks, and I was fine with that. But like when you get super up that way as a Falcons fan, it's not going to be that way for long.
Cole,
it's just I don't know
yourself. I can see you jumping around in the chair.
Look at
it. Dallas Cowboys, man. The Dallas Cowboys, man. I'm sitting there watching the game. I wake up that morning. I'm very happy. Looking at all the pregame pictures. Dak comes in with the cowboy hat on. I'm so happy. And then in the first quarter, Zeke fumbles it twice. Schultz gets it punched out of him once, and then Dak's getting sacked, and he tries to make a play and shovel it to I think it was Pollard right there, but then he fumbles it right there. And then there was a scare where I thought Pollard fumbled, but his knee was down by a little bit, but we fumbled later that drive, so that didn't really matter. I'm thinking 20-0 at the end of the first. We tagged on a touchdown in the field goal before half. The Falcons touched on another touchdown on a field goal. They went for 2, didn't get it. So I think it was 29-10 at half. I'm thinking there's no way we win this game. But, man, if they did not come out there and play. Mike McCarthy, off of week 1 in the first half, I'm not going to lie, I'm super impatient. I was calling for his job already. I'm thinking there's no way. I know Atlanta is dynamic on offense. don't get it twisted. Atlanta is one of the best offenses in the NFL.
Atlanta,
I'm not taking that
definitely
away
has
from them.
potential to win the division.
And
Exactly.
I don't take that away from you. I think they have one of a top 5 offense in the NFL. But when you give them the ball 4 times, 3 times in the first quarter, at that point it's just like you don't want to win. In the second half, it looked like a whole new team. Dak was hitting on all the cylinders. Jarwin went out week 1 for us, so it was good to see Schultz go in there and do what he needed to do. Zeke got the ball. I'm glad that they did not get away from the run game. I feel like if that is last year, Jason Garrett, he's in his mind, he's thinking we're down 19 points. Let's get away from the run game. Let's just run and gun. I'm glad we stayed true to who we are, gave Zeke the football. Coop showed up. CeeDee Lamb showed up. Michael Gallup, a little bit of a quiet game, but he was still there. And how about that catch by Cooper?
Big catch at the end of the
How
game.
about
Michael
that
Gallup
catch by Cooper?
got the butt
That's the
cheek
one that
down.
hurt.
Got
That
the
is
butt
the
cheek
one that hurt.
down. No, you know what would
Man.
have hurt me if I was a Falcons fan? Julio Jones, wide open touchdown right through the hands.
When does that happen? Like that
I've
doesn't
never
even
seen
happen on
Julio.
Madden.
Never
You can't
seen
even
that
play
happen
Madden
to
and have that
Julio.
happen. Come on,
That
man.
never happens.
No, the worst part about it was the onside kick when 7 Falcons
Watching it, hands up, watching it.
Mm.
The onside
God.
kick.
It's a head scratcher. It's a head scratcher.
If correct me if I'm wrong. The receiving team on the onside kick can touch the ball whenever. They don't have to.
You would know just as well as I
team has to
would.
wait for it to go 10 yards, right? So, I don't know. I think that's coaching, special teams. Like y'all said, Dan Quinn. That's bad, man. I don't know. That's bad.
No, I don't know. At some point, like when you get to that point, I completely, wholeheartedly, just me. I blame what's homeboy's name, Jaden Graham. I blame him because it was a point where like the ball went past him first, and I think Hayden Hurst was right there in front. But see, I want to say, I'm hoping to God that they were trying to let it go out of bounds. Something crazy
you saw
like
the
that.
ball spinning that way, like it was gonna go, but
nobody was blocking the kicking team, and I'm like, I kind of see the vision, but like, what's the end game here? Like, what's happening? And then like everybody just stopped for it. Was like 1 or 2 seconds where everybody just stopped and looked like, yo, this for real went 10 yards and y'all didn't touch it. Bet they got on it. Yeah.
Then you get the Everson Griffin meme face.
Yeah,
I've seen everywhere.
That was
this
great.
week.
That was great.
Man.
Yeah.
Couldn't be happier.
Yeah,
and
man,
a lot
we
of things
happiness soon.
A big thing I'm hearing, I definitely think Atlanta lost this game more than the Cowboys won this game.
100%.
Dak Prescott deserved
100%.
to win this game, but I honestly think Dak and probably Zeke are the only players that deserve to win this game out of Dallas. If Dak wasn't our team's quarterback, I don't think we won that game just because the intensity he kept going on. I've heard that he was yelling in the locker room, getting everybody hyped up to go back out there, and it definitely showed. But, that being said, Julio, is he still hurt? Do we know? Because I know after he dropped that touchdown, he was holding his leg, and I'm not sure if that was a pity injury or an actual injury.
Bro's been playing hurt for the past like 2 or 3 years. And I got, you get the fantasy updates, and they said, like, I can't remember either they be surprised if he came to practice tomorrow. I guess we'll all know tomorrow because, on fantasy he's listed as questionable. But then again, he's always listed as questionable, and, like, you would never know the difference. That's still no excuse for a drop pass, but we're past that. We're moving on to the next week.
Yeah. Big game from Calvin Ridley, too. One of my favorite young receivers.
Huge game.
Man.
Huge game.
That man is the truth.
He's coming into his own.
Yeah.
Big time. So that being said, we're going to jump right in, recap a few other games. Chargers-Chiefs. We all know what happened. We'll get to Tyrod Taylor in a little bit, but Herbert comes in against the Chiefs. I'm pretty sure he got told right at kickoff, a few minutes before kickoff, that he was going in. Going against the almighty Chiefs, Super Bowl champions, 2-0, great team all around. Takes them to overtime.
Yeah, well, what the Chargers did was they got, obviously with Herbert starting, not knowing he was starting right before kickoff, they got him comfortable early in the game, hitting a couple of short passes, getting him just comfortable in the pocket, and then ultimately taking a couple of deep shots. I know they took a deep shot to Mike Williams, a post over the middle. That he dropped. So they're kind of working him in. He threw for 300 yards, a touchdown, also ran one in. So he didn't do bad for his first start. I'm hoping for a little more as he progresses. But he is only a rookie, so we're not too.
Given the history of like Oregon quarterbacks, I didn't know what to think. I mean, he was the truth in college, but nobody gives respect to Pac or teams like that at all. And like, if you're as old as I am, like I remember Joey Harrington was the truth. Played for the Lions, was a dub, like screw up, straight up. But I guess he's part of the new light of Pac athletes coming in and just killing it. Because last week I felt bad for Tyrod Taylor because he couldn't get anything going, and then we got him with a accidental punctured lung, and he gets usurped by another rookie. Because I think before he got usurped by Josh Allen. I'm pretty sure he got his job taken before that. But Justin Herbert, he did pretty well for his first game. He finally got my boy Keenan Allen rolling a lot. I actually think I think it was Joshua Kelly, their rookie running back. He did pretty well as well.
Yeah. UCLA running back. Played a great game.
Yeah, one big thing that I do have, not trying to knock Herbert at all, but you got to remember, Chiefs were game planning for Tyrod Taylor all week.
That's true.
You throw Herbert in there, obviously they're not going to be completely ready.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to knock Herbert. Obviously,
those are two totally different quarterbacks. Different quarterbacks.
But I think next week, if teams have a chance to game plan, I can't tell you off the top of my head who the Chargers play this week, but I think definitely Herbert might struggle a little bit this week just because teams will have a chance to game plan and things like that. And if he doesn't, kudos to him. He might win himself a starting job for a few years.
Yeah, week 3, the Chargers play the Panthers, so that should
be right. So if Justin Herbert is going to come in and start a game where a team's got a game plan, I feel like I'm not trying to knock Carolina by any means, but I feel like this is a good game for him to go ahead and get settled. Tom Brady had a really good game last weekend against them, but obviously that's Tom Brady, and Justin Herbert is not Tom Brady. Not by fantasy standpoint. He was my fantasy quarterback and got me 8 points, but he played a good game. But Herbert, all in all, I think he played a good game. He threw that one interception. I think it was a third down, but he was rolling out of the pocket to the left side, and all he had to do was just run for that 5-6 yards. And I think he had it just get out of bounds. But I think he threw it across his body to the other side of the field. And you give Patrick Mahomes just any type of time, then that's not what you want to do. And then when it goes into overtime, I see the Chargers get the ball first, and I'm thinking, the way Herbert's playing, maybe Patrick Mahomes doesn't touch the ball, but then they go 3 and out, they punt it right back to him, and I think we all know what was going to happen then. And,
Patrick Mahomes had himself a day, threw for over 300, 2 touchdowns, led the team actually, 55 rushing yards.
Wow, I didn't know that. Jeez.
Yeah. But to touch on what you guys said, that Joshua Kelly is very good. He is very good. I know the Chargers fans last year, I'm sure they probably missed that 2-headed monster of Melvin Gordon back there in the backfield getting most of the rushing touches, and then Austin Eckler out there in the receiving game. I'm not saying that this is going to be the same thing, but I feel like they're starting to lean towards that. I know Eckler is still getting the majority of the carries, but I'm seeing Kelly worked in there from week 1 to week 2 and probably still week 3. He's going to get his touches. He's going to get his snaps, and he's looking very good. He's looking really good.
Yeah, some promising young back right there. And we'd be really doing ourselves a disfavor if we didn't recognize Butker, the kicker for the Chiefs.
Oh, extremely good.
Cold-blooded there.
Right there at the end, before overtime, he kicked a 53-yard field goal that got blown off by a false start, moved it back 5 yards, kicked a 58-yard field goal straight down the middle. They had a timeout. Then he had to come out there again, nailed it straight down the middle.
That man is cold-blooded. But I was just thinking, like, if you remember the Chargers, when they had LT, their other running back, my personal favorite, Michael Turner, for some reason, whenever the Chargers have 2 running backs going, then their offense in general, the whole team in general starts going. Right. As far as I know, their defense hasn't really had any significant injuries. Joey Bosa's still there. Melvin Ingram's still there. Never mind. Well, Derwin James. but like I swear I can't remember seeing him play in an actual game. Maybe I'm tripping, but I don't.
No.
So we'll see.
Last year he
we'll
got
see
hurt
how well
early
he does.
too.
Yeah. So I think they're learning how to manage without.
Right.
The
Next
only
man up
thing is like
mentality.
the cornerbacks. They're not. I think it's Michael Davis, maybe Casey Hayward. He's up in age. So they have the D line. They pretty much have a young linebacking core. It's just that secondary. So I feel like if they can handle that secondary, I think they can run the table a little bit, just a smidge in the AFC West.
Their only problem is they got to play Patrick Mahomes twice.
Right. True that.
Yep.
And they also signed that cornerback from Denver too in their secondary, Chris Harris. They have him
Chris Harris
from Denver.
yeah.
They do have him. So.
But another AFC game we thought was pretty good. We got Bills versus Dolphins.
Yeah, we had a tight game right there, 31-28. Bills came out on top. Josh Allen.
Ice in the veins of Josh Allen.
Threw for over 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs.
50-yarder to win it, right?
Yep. And
I know that's going to make another guy, Wesley. He's been on the show before. I know he listens. He's the biggest Josh Allen fan I know right now.
Oh, man.
He's supporting him, been supporting him from day one from what I've heard.
It's good to see.
He's been loving Josh Allen this year, and this game only proved that with him.
Yeah, I knew this year he was going to step up a little bit. I knew he was going to have a bigger role in the offense, and I knew they were going to be favored to win their division.
Yep.
And obviously the departure of Tom Brady.
For sure, yeah. I feel like Josh Allen. He's gonna give you those 50-50 balls. He's gonna give you interceptions. He's gonna give you fumbles. That's just Josh Allen. But he's gonna air that thing out. If he doesn't have the biggest, he has probably top 3 biggest arms in the NFL. He can launch that thing. And
it helps to have Stephon Diggs out there and John Brown.
It
and Cole Beasley.
a lot now that he has a little bit of help. He's not throwing to Cole Beasley every play.
Yeah, Diggs finished with 8 catches, 150 yards, and a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, he's going crazy. He's got a true number 1 now. And I feel like the biggest thing with Allen that they're utilizing with him, and I'm seeing Mike McCarthy do it a lot more with Dak, and I'm starting to like it. Using him as a dual-threat quarterback makes him so much better. That is a big quarterback. I don't know if you guys saw the clip of him stiff-arming Kyle Van Noy. He took him to the ground and still managed to go for about 8 more yards. That is insane. That's crazy.
Yeah, you don't see that kind of effort out of quarterbacks nowadays.
No, you don't.
It's good to see that he's fighting, and he shows he cares a lot about being with that Bills Mafia. And their defense their defense.
Very good. Elite defense.
Elite.
Absolutely.
Fitzmagic on the other side of the ball. He had himself a game over there. Threw for over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, he found his tight end a lot. He uses that as his primary weapon. Him and Devonte Parker out there split out wide. Gesicki had $130 yards and a touchdown too. So that's a big key there for the Dolphins. I know they're in sort of a rebuilding stage right now, waiting for Tua to get back healthy. But I feel like they got they got some young guys, and I feel like they're going to be a big threat in the years to come.
Force to reckon with, big time. I'm excited to see Tua play.
Right.
I am too.
I'm so excited for that.
Hey, and how about Burrow's first game? Burrow's not first game, second game Thursday night.
Yeah.
He threw the ball
Thursday
60
night.
times.
He threw for over 300 yards or something?
300
He did.
something like that. A few touchdowns.
Hey,
He looked good.
He's going to be good, man. That was my offensive rookie of the year.
it's good that he's got.
I agree with you.
On the outside.
And I hope he goes for 400 yards this weekend. They play Philadelphia. No. Yeah, they do. Since he does play Philly, I hope he goes for 500 yards, 600 yards.
500 yards, 8
do,
touchdowns.
bro. Please do what you need to do.
Right. Carson Wentz has been struggling, so I don't know how much of a
Not good at all.
Here's a question that I've been seeing a lot. Carson Wentz or Derek Carr? Who are you taking?
Derek Carr. At the moment, Derek Carr.
I'm taking Derek Carr.
Even before like the whole Super Bowl run that I don't think he has any claim to, but whatever. We passed that. I mean, I just got to go with Derek Carr. I know you guys got Coop from him, but I mean, he did get the ball from him enough for the Cowboys to be interested in him. And then like the way he's rolling now that he has like some semblance of an offensive line,
Yeah.
And then too, he actually has like a safety valve. Like he can give to Josh Jacobs. He's good money.
Yes.
But then you gotta see what he's doing with the wide receivers he has. All these wide receivers are like barely 20 years old. They're all rookies. You got Henry Ruggs, fast as I don't know what, but like he already has that ankle injury. Then you have Brian Edwards, who I like just yesterday. I just remembered who he was. Just like the big,
huge,
not Deebo Samuel, but kind of might as well be Deebo Samuel guy. Then Darren Waller. So you have all these young
Jason
threats.
Witten, can't forget Jason Witten.
Don't
Big
forget about
Witten.
Lorenzo, baby.
Big Witten,
him,
best tight end in
him,
the game
him
right
for
now.
the morale or whatever. Jason Witten for the team morale and leadership. We all love that. We all love to see it. But he has the weapons. And then you have John Gruden. Like that's the biggest dice roll I have seen ever since I started keeping up with NFL coaches. Just seeing them, but at the same time, it's like his mind is just like, how does your mind work like this? Like, what are you thinking right now? And then half the time it just works.
Right.
So I don't know. I go with Derek Carr by far, but I don't. Like I said, he's a dice roll too, because I don't know if he'll get hurt somewhere within the week 6 or 7, or like what if Josh Jacobs get hurt and he has to depend on Devonte Booker. I don't know how well that's going to go for him. Like I don't know how that's going to affect their offense, because we have our picks together with the with your thing, and we had the Saints and the Raiders, and I felt crazy, but yeah, the Raiders won. I picked them to win just because I don't know. I just felt like they had it in them. Like they rolled from the first game, and then it was the Saints who, like, I don't know what to think. Drew Brees might have lost me $20 in fantasy, but we'll see.
Can't get it over the linebackers.
Yeah.
No.
So I don't know if Alvin Kamara was, if he never settled and got that money, I don't know where he would be right now. I think I would be still out $20. And then Michael Thomas is out, and he's lost. So I don't know if he, like, now that he's older, he made stars out of Marcus Colston and Robert Meacham. We don't know where they are right now. So now he has to actually depend on players to make him look good instead of the other way around.
Emmanuel Sanders.
So I don't know how well that's going
Emmanuel
for him
Sanders.
Now. And one thing about that,
too.
Emmanuel Sanders has never been a number one receiver. I don't think
he has not.
He had Demaryius Thomas in Denver. He was the number 2 there.
The Steelers, he had, Antonio Brown, but still, yeah.
And
he
then
played
he
for the
went
Steelers
to San Fran, and they just had a big receiving. Like they were a big. It was a core, not really a number one guy.
It was deep.
And then he goes over to New Orleans. He's number 2 behind Michael Thomas, what's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I'm kind of excited to see him in a true number 1 role. He's always been like a top number 2 guy.
Yeah, I don't think he has it, man. Like he's been hurt and he's getting older. Like I honestly still see him as the slot receiver they had him as when he was with the Steelers, when it was him, Mike Wallace, and Antonio Brown. And he was the slot, just doing crazy numbers. And so now, like, he has all those injuries, and he has the IQ or whatever, but I don't know if he can, break the top off the defense anymore.
No.
Or if Drew Brees can even get it to him, because you realize, like, I haven't seen him throw complete deep throws like we used to. A lot of 20-yard throws, which, everybody can sniff that out. So we just have to see.
Yeah. But a little recap. That was our little recap from this past week. We're going to go into our predictions, big games for this week. Obviously, Colt and myself, we're Cowboys fans. We're going to go Cowboys Seahawks, and we're going to go for the Falcons fans, 0-2. One of the other things I remembered, about 2 minutes, like right before 2-minute warning, they were talking about how Dan Quinn has never started a season 0-2 and how that's not going to happen this year.
They shouldn't have showed that, man.
Yeah, you love to see it. But anyways, we're going to go Falcons. We're going to go with Falcons Bears, and then we're going to do what we think is probably going to be the game of the week, which is Ravens Chiefs, Monday Night Football. So let's start off. Let's go Falcons Bears. Wow, somebody just got in an accident outside my apartment. Can't wait to see that one. But let's go. I'm going with the Bears. The Bears are 2-0 right now. Granted, they haven't played the best competition, but I'm going with the Bears. David Montgomery's hurt. Shout out Bun High School. Tariq Cohen, I'm excited to see him get the ball more and more and more. Get him in the passing game. He's not really a between the tackles runner. That going against a not good Falcons defense. One of my good friends, he put it in a good way. The Falcons are like Oklahoma in football. Offense is absolutely amazing, can do anything on offense, but defensively,
Nothing on defense.
not fun to watch, not good to watch. But that really is being my reason why I'm going with the Bears this week. Jackson, who you got?
So when you think about it, the Bears got a good pass rush. They got good DBs, just a real solid defense right there that'll really help slow down that Atlanta offense. Trubisky's playing good. They got Allen Robinson on the outside who's been making
Pay Allen Robinson.
Yeah, he needs to get paid.
Pay him.
Big time target. I don't think the Falcons are gonna go 0-3, and that is the only reason why I'm picking the Falcons.
It's the mentality.
Otherwise, I would think that the Bears are going to take this, but just for the simple fact that I don't think the Falcons are going to start off 0-3. I don't think they can afford to start off 0-3. I think this is a little like a sleeper game for the Bears. You know, they're kind of they just blew that big 20-point lead. They're not really that good. And then Atlanta comes in and smacks them in the mouth, start off the game. And like I said, I don't think they're going 0-3. And that's my basic rundown of the game. I'll take Atlanta. Let's go Atlanta 35-24.
35-24. Cole, what you got?
Falcons, Bears. I'm thinking at full strength, I know who I would pick, but I'm looking at injuries right now. On the Bears side, a big one, obviously. Khalil Mack is questionable. Don't know if he's going to play. But if I'm looking at the other side, if I'm looking at Atlanta, I'm thinking of just the Dallas game alone. McKinley got hurt. Fowler got hurt. Jake Matthews, the offensive tackle, was questionable to begin with before that game. Ricardo Allen got hurt. And poor Kazi was the result of Zeke bulging into the end zone and put him on his back. And I thought he knocked him out cold. That was bad.
Julio's been hurt too. Can't forget that.
Yeah. If I'm looking at it, I think even – and then Julio Jones. Obviously, Julio Jones, he had a hamstring injury going into the Cowboys game. But like they said, I think he's done on the injury report every single week. About like Coop, he's going to play through it. I don't know if he's going to play this week. If fully healthy, if Julio Jones plays, I like Atlanta. I think I like Atlanta's offense a lot more than Chicago's defense at this point. Atlanta's defense is not good. I'm not Dak Prescott. I think that he's an amazing quarterback, but they made him look like he was unstoppable. MVP. Thank you. They made him look like MVP. I think this is a shootout. Mitchell Trubisky's look good, and it's not going to do him. It's going to do him a lot good going against Atlanta's defense. I think it's a shootout. I'll go 38-34 Atlanta.
Okay, Keith, who we got?
Man,
I bet I know the answer.
I'm a sucker for pain. I'm just a sucker for pain. I'm gonna go with Atlanta. But on a logical standpoint, past the bias, I'm just going with. It's got to be another shootout then. I know Bears. To be honest, I trust Atlanta's offense more than Bears defense, and I'm probably crazy for that. Just thinking about, just imagining who the secondary would be. Like maybe I'm missing some names. But I know for a fact Kyle Fuller is still there. Eddie Jackson is still there. But at the same time, I feel like just like how the Cowboys did, we didn't do as well as I would hope as far as rushing numbers. But I feel like if we get back to the run, I know you know what, you're just thinking about it. I don't think we have that much of a team as far as defense, but offensively, if we can get back to the run, get Todd Gurley involved, and then I don't know who's coming up at I don't know who's coming up after him, but I think if they get Matt Ryan going as far as just like these short throws to Calvin Ridley, because I think what happened, Trayvon Diggs quote unquote shut Julio down, but on that other side with Calvin Ridley, that man went off. And as far as with Hayden Hurst, I'm not exactly sure which of their linebackers or linemen can cover him now that Khalil Mack is hurt. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put my faith in the Falcons again. Pain. I'm gonna go with 24-17 Falcons.
A lot of pain.
Pain.
Wow.
It's all right. We're probably going to feel it every single year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know it.
Yeah. So now we're hopping Cowboys Seahawks. Should potential any other week this would be game of the week, but we have Ravens Chiefs, we have Packers Saints this week. Any other week of the year this would be game of the week. Cowboys Seahawks. I'm gonna say two top probably 8 guys at quarterback. 2 fun offenses to watch, fun teams to watch. But this game, I'm expecting to get hurt with this prediction. I'm going to roll with Dallas. And Dallas, if and only if we can get Zeke the ball early, establish the run early before the first quarter ends, got to establish the run. That way we can air it out later on in the game, run a few play actions, a few bootlegs, so get Zeke going, get an early jump. Obviously don't turn the ball over 4 times. You're never going to win a game if you fumble 4 times or only give it away 3 times or anything like that. Then if we do all that, eventually we'll be able to attack the secondary. So that being said, if we can establish a run early, get it going with Zeke, feed Zeke, we all love the first down celebration that Zeke does. I'm seeing Dallas, and I do think it'll be more of a shootout. So I'm going to go probably about 34-31 Dallas in this one. Jackson, let me hear it.
Cowboys will do anything and everything to lose.
Just like last week?
Just like last week.
Chill out.
They did everything. They did anything and everything to lose. They hurt themselves. But luckily last week, they were playing the Falcons, so they're all right. This week they're playing against Russell Wilson, in my opinion, the number 1 quarterback in the league right now. Front runner for the MVP. He's just a talent, got a freaking nature on the outside, DK Metcalf. Still got Tyler Lockett making plays everywhere. The defense is nasty. Seahawks is my Super Bowl pick to come out of the NFC is the Seahawks. So I'm really excited about them. I'm riding that Seahawk train until it ends. So
12th man.
Seahawks here. Let's go. See the Cowboys. Yeah, they can't score many points. So we'll go.
Can't score many points.
We'll go 28. We'll go 28-17 Seahawks.
Okay. Colt, come back at him. Defend us.
I don't think there's a chance that Dallas is held to 17 points. We saw it week 1 with LA. I don't think that happens again. Aaron Donald was a freak, and Seattle just doesn't have that. Going into this game, I have no reason to pick Dallas. I don't have a reason. Going into this game, week 3, Dallas. It's all this talk about Dallas's D-line, DeMarcus Lawrence, Aldon Smith, Everson Griffin, Tristan Hill, Antoine Woods, all of those guys. We had 2 sacks through 2 weeks. Aldon Smith got one in week 1. Everson Griffin got one in week 2.
Hey, one thing with that, Colt, Tank Lawrence and Everson Griffin are going back into a 3-point
They're going back to the 3-point stance, which is good.
I've never really played at a high enough level, but our coaches here can probably say that would give them a little more speed, a little more boost off the edge.
Right.
As opposed
that
to
is what they're used to.
Stance.
That's what they're accustomed to. So hopefully that will make a difference. I'm looking at the injury report as well. DeMarcus Lawrence didn't play because of a knee, and his wife is in labor. So hopefully everything went well there. Chidobe Awuzie is now on IR, done for at least 3 weeks. So you love to see that. Hopefully Cheeto can get back pretty soon. And out of nowhere, Trayvon Diggs is on injury report, and it's not know if he's going to play this weekend. So no Anthony Brown, he's on IR. No Cheeto, and maybe no Diggs. Our number 1, our cornerbacks going in will be Jordan Lewis and Ryan. I know you're a big Jordan Lewis guy. You like Jordan Lewis, but he just did not look good. He did not look good against the Falcons. And Darryl Worley going up against Metcalf and Lockett. I don't like that.
Brandon Carr is back. He's back to get burnt every single 45-yard bomb like he used to.
Yes. But looking at our offensive line, again, I don't have any reason to pick Dallas. Terrence Steele is Oh, my God. Terrence Steele. Brandon Knight on the outside. Tyron Smith, don't know if he's going to play. Travis Frederick, we're still suffering from that. Although I'm higher on Joe Looney than a lot of people are. I think he steps in and does a job. I have no problem with him. I don't have any reason to pick Dallas, but I'm going to pick Dallas. I'm going to pick Dallas. I'm going to pick Dallas simply because of Dak Prescott. Brian, I know you picked Kyler Murray to win MVP. He said Russell Wilson. Josh Allen's having a great year. I'm going on record now. I think Dak Prescott wins MVP. I think with the way that Mike McCarthy is using Ezekiel Elliott in the passing game, Jason Garrett never did that. Whenever I think it was obvious when we were going to pass, when we brought Tony Pollard in, we were passing. Whenever Zeke was in, we were running. I like how he's in the passing game. CeeDee Lamb is coming out of his shell. He is playing amazing. Michael Gallup's going to get it going. I'm not worried about that. Coop is Coop. I'm not worried about that. Dak will win MVP this year, and I like Dallas. I like Dallas in this game. Another thing with Seattle, Bruce Irvin tore his ACL. Hope he gets back quickly, but that's going to hurt that D-line. I like Dallas in a shootout. I like Dallas 37-34.
Hey, I like Keith. This man just said Dak for MVP.
Hey, right now, if you look at it, honestly, it's probably Russ at number 1. I think we can all agree on that.
Russ, for sure.
Kyler Murray maybe at 2. Lamar 3. Dak 4.
I can agree with that.
Dak's up there, man. Dak is playing well.
Hey, don't forget about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers too.
Aaron Rodgers, I don't think he'll keep it up. I'm a big Aaron Rodgers guy, but I don't think he'll keep it up. I just don't see it. I like that, and it pisses me off. The Carson Wentz Dak Prescott debate. I think we can put that to rest now. It's not a discussion. It's not close. Give me Dallas. Give me Dallas.
All right, Keith. How you feel?
I'm going Seahawks 30-20. Russell Wilson never took a day off. That man is unreal. I seen it in person. It is unreal. He only got crazier. That man had a third baby. He is going crazy. That third baby was it. He is going crazy. He's on a rampage. And then you got a healthy Chris Carson at least for the next 4 weeks. Chris Carson is also going crazy. And then you have Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf and whatever tight end you can think of. Will Dissly doing marginal. Still have Greg Olsen. Now, the thing that concerns me, back in like last year even, you could just name all of the Seahawks defensive linemen. And to me, the defensive lineman is like the heart of the defense. Like that's where it starts. You get your sacks there. You get your strip sacks there. It stops and run. That's where it starts. I don't know, like all of their defensive linemen are gone except for Jaron Reed, unless he's still suspended. And then as far as linebackers, you still have Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright and Cody Barton. Now, that secondary, Jamal Adams is probably going to make y'all pay for not trying to pay that man. So I don't know. He might snap, get 2 pick sixes back to the house to start off the game.
Dak does not turn the ball over that much. Don't even start with that.
See, you gave him bad luck. See, you better knock on wood for real. But Pete Carroll he's done magic with Russ. That defense, I don't know how they do it, but they also do numbers. So I don't know. They know how to turn a game around. So, like, let's say y'all start off the game with 1 fumble. The Seahawks are not the Falcons at all. They know how to keep a lead and hold on to it and make you wish you never gave it up. Now, Falcons on the other end don't. But I'm going 30-20 Seahawks just because of Russ and Jamal Adams. I think they're the big difference makers that will
Bobby Wagner too.
Definitely change up the game for him. No, I'm past him. I think that whole Madden thing gave him bad luck or something. I haven't really been hearing much from him. Like, he's definitely the field general. But now that you have basically 2 field generals on the mid-level and over the top, which are 2 of Dak's favorite spots besides letting it off to Zeke, he might give you guys a game. We kind of sport. We gave y'all that one. We felt bad. We gave to the homeless. So you got to get back on your Grizzly this week.
Yeah.
Just a light charity.
Go. Yeah, all right, up next, the game. None of us are really big fans of these teams, but I'm sure we both like all the same players on the teams. Ravens, Chiefs, Monday Night Football. Last time there was a game probably this hyped up on Monday Night Football, I would say would be it was Rams Chiefs in 2018, I believe, the game where
Pick
it
up a
was
game.
100-point game,
51.
you know, a
That
lot
was
of
crazy.
touchdowns, and it wasn't that game wasn't even just a complete offensive massacre. There was fumbles, interceptions,
Mhm.
defenses played great too. But this game, I'm excited. I'm gonna make sure I watch this game. We have the past two MVPs, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, two top quarterbacks, probably top 5 guys in the league. I'm hoping for a lot of offense. You know, everybody likes a good offensive game. I do. But this game, I'm going to go with Chiefs. Only, and again, only and if only they can contain Lamar from running. I know Anthony Hitchens. He's played with Dallas. I'm pretty sure he's still healthy. I haven't seen him anywhere. He's pretty speedy.
Yeah.
He's not the fastest linebacker, but he's pretty speedy. They can run some spies with him. If the edge can contain Lamar, kind of keep him in the pocket a little bit longer, maybe a few coverage stacks here and there, I think Chiefs can win this game. And I do think it's going to be really high scoring. So much. I'm like 41-34. Chiefs, really high scoring game. I'm excited to watch. It's going to be great. Jackson, who do you have?
Yeah, I like the Ravens in this matchup, particularly because of the Ravens defense. They picked up a couple guys. They're still intact. They still got their core from last season. Calais Campbell was a big pickup for them right there at the interior and the defensive line. Lamar, I mean, what can you say? Former MVP last year, completing over 77% of his passes this year. He's really playing like you would expect him to. He can do so much at the quarterback position. It's hard to be able to account for an 11th man there or an extra guy there on the field just as a runner. He's a completely different player. And he's making better throws. Like I said, he's completing over 77% of his passes this season. Granted, it's early. Patrick Mahomes is going to do his thing. Everybody knows he will. I like that the Ravens are getting the rookie J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State involved early with Mark Ingram. It's a duo right there that's going to be tough to stop. Hollywood Brown on the outside. They still got the Pro Bowl tight end, Mark Andrews. The Ravens do. So I feel like they got a lot going for them. Obviously, the Chiefs have their firepower as well. But I'm going to take the Ravens here. I do think it's going to be high scoring as well. I think it'll be – let's go 42-38 Ravens.
Okay. Colt.
And this will be a good matchup for sure. I like Kansas City. I'm a big Patrick Mahomes guy. I really like Patrick Mahomes. Tyreek Hill, this will definitely be the toughest matchup that he's had to go against. Marcus Peters.
Hey, one thing about Marcus Peters, he gets burnt
He's
a lot.
50-50. He gets burnt a lot.
He gets burnt probably more than any other corner.
He does.
But every now and then he gets that interception, which makes up for it.
Not only an interception, but he might take it to the house too at that 50-50. I don't know if you guys saw it, but when they played Houston last week, he had an amazing interception. Full body extension. He was covering one guy, went to another guy. It was an amazing interception. But like Ryan said, he might get burned like a piece of toast. It feels like every time it goes against Amari Cooper takes the top off and he takes it to the crib. But it's definitely going to be a test with him. Marcus Peters is going to get in your face. He's going to talk. He's going to let you know how he feels. If he made a good play, he's going to let you know about it. But Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins on the other side, Travis Kelce, if not the best, he's top 2 tight end in football. Clyde Edwards-Helaire looked really good in week 1. He was kind of quiet in week 2, but I think he'll get going. With that being said, Baltimore does have some dogs up front. Brandon Williams is a dog. Michael Pierce is a dog. Patrick Ricard is a dog. Calais Campbell is a dog. So I think it'll come down to offenses, but I think I like Kansas City's offense a little bit more than Baltimore's offense. So for that reason, give me Kansas City. I think it'll be a little bit of a shootout. Give me Kansas City with another game-winning field goal by Butker, actually. 31-28. 31-28.
Okay. Keith. I really like what you said about a faster Richard Sherman. It's a really good comparison right there.
Because I never noticed it until Colton said it. You think about it, but I mean, because I kind of feel the same way about Jalen Ramsey. Like people do get a couple plays off of him, but at the same time, it gets balanced out by like the crazy interceptions and pick sixes they can make. I'm going with Ravens. What was I thinking? I'm gonna go 34-20. Yeah, I'm going Ravens 34-20. Let's go start off with, of course, the Ravens defense. Big stalwart. They got my boy Patrick Queen from LSU. He's actually doing pretty well over there, way better than I thought he would. Because looking at him at the national championship, I mean, he made the plays, but like he wasn't a difference maker. You know what I'm saying? It was like he was just there. But I guess he turned the switch on in pros. Now, going back to what Colton said, the Ravens lost the hog. They lost the hog and Michael Pierce. Michael Pierce is actually playing for the Vikings.
I forgot about that. That's my fault. So,
but at the same time, at the same time, they still have another hog, Brandon Williams. So all you need is that little tub stopper, that plug right there. Calais Campbell, that man plays from end to tackle to the other end, like he's that big. And then I forget who they have on the other end. I think they still have Patrick on Warsaw, and then the secondary just crazy. Chuck Clark, Marcus Peters, I forget who's on the other. Oh, Marlon Humphrey. Like, they still have everybody that they've had before. They're still that same unit that does a lot for the chemistry. Now, let's go for the offense. The only thing that concerns me with the Ravens offense, got Hollywood, Miles Boykin, and Willie Snead. The only thing that these guys can do is take the top off. And I'm not sure how well they can do that against the Honey Badger. And I'm not sure who can do it against the Honey Badger. And I'm trying to think who the other two corners are, but Charvarius Ward has been doing pretty well. And then that Chiefs D-line with Chris Jones, still got Anthony Hitchens.
I can't say that. I'm pretty sure Ward is hurt. He got hurt.
He is. He did get hurt with that bug of injuries that everybody got hurt.
Yeah.
But I know one thing last year I noticed that Lamar Jackson really surprised me with his accuracy in passing. I know having a good tight end that opens up the game a lot. I don't know which linebacker they have covering Mark Andrews, but I feel like they could get caught slipping on a couple play actions. Mark Ingram finally ran one in for a touchdown. You know, he tried to show that little bulldog heart he still has. Then, like you said before, J.K. Dobbins in the receiving back, scat back type game, that does well too. But I'll still say 34-20 Ravens. But I will say, here's my hot take. I'll put Clyde Edwards-Helaire Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's my take. I think that's what's gonna happen. Clyde
He looked really good. He did look really good.
I think he can bounce. I think he can go back the first week for him.
What are you saying, Jackson?
Yeah, I think what the Ravens really have going for them that the Chiefs don't is a dependable run game where they can sit back, they can hand the ball off and run and take time off the clock, keep Patrick Mahomes standing there on the sidelines. And I think that's what they're really going to have going for them. I think that's what their mindset is going to be going into the game. That's their game plan. Hey, we got to keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline as long as we can. It's the only way we're going to beat him because when he's in the game, Patrick Mahomes is going to do what Patrick Mahomes.
It's Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. But shout out to the Chiefs, though. They know they're doing something right. 2 linebackers or 2 former Cowboy linebackers, Hitches and Damian Wilson. They're doing something right.
All right. Those are kind of our predictions, guys. If you're still here with us, we appreciate you listening. Last thing about the football, if 2020 was 1 week, it'd be week 2. We have injuries to Christian McCaffrey, Jimmy G, Saquon, Cam Akers, Devonte Adams, Byron Jones, Malik Hooker, Paris Campbell, Nick Bosa, Raheem Mostert, I'm not sure how to say that, Drew Lock, Courtland Sutton, Frank Clark. We've already mentioned a few other nagging injury guys like Amari Cooper, Julio Jones, Jalen Rager. He's hurt, just came out today. Then Tyrod Taylor. News is coming out today how a team doctor was trying to give him some medicine and injection in his ribs because he had a cracked rib or something like that. Punctured his lung. That's insane to me. Like, what do you do if you're the Chargers?
Like, I don't think he's a doctor anymore.
Fire him.
Yeah, that can't happen.
But
it just can't happen.
Yeah. I actually tweeted something about Ryan Harris, who won the Super Bowl with the Broncos. He said something about, if you get served by a team doctor, you cannot sue. Like, you can't sue for malpractice. I don't know what type of clause that is, but they have that going for them. And so I was thinking, you remember all the mess with Trent Williams back.
Yep.
Trent Williams actually had, like, something seriously wrong with him. They were trying to, like,
was
just
it
kind of, like,
was it some kind of cancer?
Yeah, it was cancer.
It was.
Team doctor
And,
That's
like, they were
exactly
trying to tell him,
was.
no, you can play. And so, like, I was thinking, like, now it's starting to make sense. Because if he had played and, like, just died on the field or something, that he was like, oh, well, like, you can't sue us for malpractice. And so I'm thinking, apparently I saw something else on Twitter that said their other team doctor had, like, DUIs and, like, had been in trouble for malpractice. And I'm just thinking, where are they finding these guys? Like, do they have dirt on them?
Jobs.
But if you remember, if you were watching the game, it said, like, Tyrod Taylor was having, chest problems, and he didn't look like he was labor breathing, but he just, like, kept doing this. And I think a lot of times when you can't breathe, you kind of do like that. But as I will say, I feel bad for doing this, and I hate saying it. I do like Christian McCaffrey. He is just unreal. He's the closest thing we have back to Marshall Faulk now. I don't think he'll reach that status, but we'll see. But I remember I did say, like, I don't know, I think the Panthers had some karma coming to him, and, like, Christian McCaffrey just went off last year. And I kept thinking, like, he's not on the, the Madden cover, Madden curse or anything. But I kept saying, like, he is going to roll his ankle, like, within the first 3 weeks. And the Panthers are just going to go right down the drain. And sure enough, I remember seeing him prop his leg up. They wrapped his leg up in tape. I was like, dog, it's Mike Davis season for no reason. They couldn't figure out a way to rest that man. They have the talent in wide receivers, but I don't know what's not clicking. Like, why can't they use their receivers? Like, why can't we run screens? Why can't they get back to the Wildcat that they used to do? But
DJ Moore's a dog.
Yes, and, like, DJ Moore,
dog.
I remember when he got drafted, they were saying he runs receiver like a running back. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe you can, I don't know, don't put him in the backfield and have him run the ball, but, like, have some receiving back sets like they used to do for who was it? Oh, Dexter Mccluster for the Titans.
Haven't heard that name in years.
Yeah, like, and he played for the Chiefs
The
too.
hot minutes since I heard that.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, all these, like, favorite players, I try to keep that in consideration. Like, all the players that were good last year, for some reason, they just always end up hurt the following year. I don't know what. And then with COVID and sometimes people are out of shape. Some people actually didn't have access to home gyms or other people's home gyms, and maybe they didn't do enough yoga, so they just got hurt. Yeah, no preseason hitting.
Yeah.
Nobody got in a fight over COVID, so, they're just out of shape.
Yeah, but obviously we hope those guys come back. We do want to watch a clean season. No, but we don't wish injuries on anyone. That's really all we got for football. We're going to jump in, kind of quickly go through some basketball. All the awards are official now. We're going to go just kind of, do we agree or not? Giannis MVP. I agree. Jackson, you don't?
I do not.
I do not.
Who are you guys? Are you guys thinking it's LeBron?
I'm a huge LeBron guy, so LeBron.
The only things I have to say, Giannis, more points, more rebounds, higher field goal percentage. Team has a better record. I'm pretty sure Giannis has the highest defensive rating in the league this season.
He might.
I already said team had the best record in the league. It's a regular season award, and then you look at the number 2 option comparing Anthony Davis, almost defensive player of the year, and Chris Middleton. You're obviously going to take Anthony Davis. So for those reasons,
wait, talk about what's the Chris Middleton thing? What is that?
If you're comparing the number 2 options on those teams.
Oh, okay.
Chris Middleton and Anthony Davis just aren't comparable. Like,
no.
Chris Middleton is very good. Don't get it twisted. But Anthony Davis is all-world top 5 player in the NBA.
Yep.
So,
I was actually going to argue James Harden.
Stop. Get out of here. James Harden is severely overrated. Get out of here.
34 points a game. Led the league. 34 points a game. His PER was second, only behind Giannis. I think Harden is the heart and soul of that team. I don't think they're anywhere without him. I think the Bucks are fine in the East without Giannis. I think they still got Middleton. They still got a good core there. he's surrounded by a lot of good players that hit shots all the time with him. I feel like Harden's doing it all by himself. He did get some help this year with Russ.
And from the refs, jerking his head, throwing his hands up.
Oh, my God.
Averaging 7.5 assists per game, getting the ball out to his teammates. James Harden's always going to be in it every year, one of the best scorers the NBA's ever seen.
This is true.
He's going to be up there every year. I mean, LeBron also his 17th year in the season, 25 points per game, led the league. Just playing almost 35 minutes at 17 years playing in the NBA. That's unheard of. I mean, Giannis got 88 first place votes. He deserves it just as much as any of the other guys would. But yeah, those are just my other two. I was put that out there. I don't think it was a runaway. But
no, I don't think it was a runaway either. Before I say anything about LeBron and why I think he should have got it, I want to ask you. So for future, I think the answer is obvious. For right now, if you were wanting to win an NBA championship and you have to build around either James Harden or Luka Doncic, who are you taking?
Luka.
I would take
Okay,
Luka.
then. Okay. I'm making sure. So if I'm getting into LeBron, I think the final ballot, there's 101 first place votes that go out. Giannis got 85, LeBron got 16. I think that is disrespectful. If you want to give Giannis MVP, okay, Giannis had a great season. Giannis had a great season, an unheard of season, averaging 29, 13, and 5. That's unheard of. Shooting.
I think it's just the fact that everybody was like, yeah, Giannis is that good.
I don't think that it was 85 to 16. I don't think, because here's why. LeBron led the league in assists. He led the league in assists. He shot 50% from the field. Giannis shot 55% from the field. So he shot 5% higher. Granted that Giannis's shots are 3 feet from the basket.
All dunks.
Over half of his shot are 3 feet from the basket.
It goes in.
Giannis
in.
Giannis
shot 30% from three. Giannis is not a threat from three. He's not. I remember watching the Orlando Magic series. I know it's a regular season award. I get that. He's dribbling down the court and pulling up from three like he's Curry. That's not your game. Just run into the paint, dunk the basketball. You're comparing number 2 options. I get that. I think if I take Giannis away from the Bucks, George Hill, Eric Bledsoe, Chris Middleton, Brooke Lopez, Dante DiVincenzo, Kyle Korver, I still think that they snag a playoff spot in the West. I mean, in the East, excuse me. I think they snag a playoff spot for sure. They're still better than Atlanta, Washington, Charlotte, New York, Cleveland, teams like that. If I take LeBron from the Lakers, that is not a playoff team. Anthony Davis is a dog. Don't get it twisted. He is a dog. But I don't think they're a playoff team. So LeBron, if you take LeBron away from the Lakers, that team is literally worse than that Pelicans team that Anthony Davis had when they beat Portland in the first round. And I don't remember what seed they were. I think they were 5, 6 maybe. That team is not as good as them. Rondo, Davis,
Green.
They had Cousins,
Danny
Cousins
Green.
Danny Green, baby.
Danny Green is not looking good at all. But me personally, with Portland playing the way they did, John Morant led that Memphis team. I don't think they're a playoff team. I think LeBron means more to the Lakers than any other player does to any other team in the league. Year 17 at that. LeBron is my MVP this year, and he's the greatest player of all time, in my opinion.
Giannis. Keith.
I don't know. I'm a born and bred hater, so I really do not like the fact that
somebody clip that. I got a few guys that would love to hear that.
Go ahead, man. I'm a born and bred hater. I'm gonna admit it to my dying day. I really do not think. I mean, I don't think Giannis needed to have that MVP award. But then I just gotta go back from history. Russell Westbrook worked his way to get that MVP trophy. And I say that to say, I feel like, I don't know if it's just like the most important player or most valuable player, or is it the player with the most stats? I feel like that's what the award has come to. Yeah, but like at the same time, I don't know how to feel about it, because I was looking at who else was in the running. You have LeBron and James Harden. Well, who was it? Was it anybody else?
Luka.
I don't think so.
LeBron and Giannis were the only players to get first place votes. So Luka was still in there, but they were the only 2 to get first place votes.
See, so Luka, like, I guess he got in the running, so like he has something to look forward for. But I really think, I mean, I'm not a LeBron big time fan like you are, but I mean, it just seems like, wow, that you really gonna do my man like that? Like, it's LeBron. What are you doing? And then I agree with what you said. I don't think they're a playoff contender, but they're definitely missing a big 7-footer that can dribble. Obviously, that's obvious. But I see what you're saying, that you could probably do just as much on the Eastern Conference with Eric Bledsoe. Probably not with as much as George Hill, because George Hill sometimes is just there. But Dante DiVincenzo, he showed me a lot. Chris Middleton, that man is consistent, and that definitely goes a ways. Brooke Lopez, I don't know what happened. Somebody must have called him what he was, and he definitely turned it on over the past few games. But if you take LeBron away for those Lakers, AD will be dogging it out. That man will be a stat stuffing machine, but ultimately it will definitely end up like that Pelicans Warriors matchup from a while ago, where he gave it his all. We thought he might have did something, but AD is not the one to lead a team. So that's where LeBron comes in. Now, James Harden, man, I am not a James Harden
didn't
fan.
even get any
But
first place.
I feel like a hypocrite. Yeah, I feel like a hypocrite though, because I'm not really a Kobe fan, but at the same time, like, I've always respected Kobe. But then you go from Kobe to James Harden, and like, you know, they have the whole Kobe assist. You shoot not really a bad shot, but you just like shoot, your whole game is scoring. And I'm just like, I don't see it for James Harden. I swear I don't. But I mean, to each his own. I mean, maybe he's cool for some people, but I just feel like LeBron I feel like I get what LeBron was saying. He was mad doing his interview. You know what? I was like, you know what? I feel that. Usually when people do that, I don't agree with it. I was like, you know what, LeBron? Yeah, talk the talk. Let them know how you felt. Because on year 18, boy, if y'all don't have it, man, you about to go off on somebody.
Now, the other controversial award, Giannis Defensive Player of the Year. We're not going to stick on this one too long, but I do agree with this. Highest defensive rating in the league, I believe, on the best defensive team in the league. I agree with this one. The only real competition was, I think, Anthony Davis, right? Maybe a Rudy Gobert, not even for the meme purposes, but just because he's shot blocking, you know. But I've got Giannis in this one. I do agree with this. Jackson.
Yeah, Giannis.
Yeah, you're agreeing with that. Yeah, Colt.
I guess call me the lone wolf again. I think the defensive player of the year is Anthony Davis. He averaged 2.3 blocks and 1.5 assists. The final vote was 482 to 200 in total votes. Giannis can guard 1 through 5. I get that, and I think I'd rather have Giannis on the perimeter as an all-ball defender. But Anthony Davis, I think, is the best rim protector in the NBA. He can guard 1 through 5 if he needs to as well. He can move his feet. One of the best big men moving his feet. 2.3 and 1.5. 1.5 steals as a big man is very impressive. I think Defensive Player of the Year was Anthony Davis.
Okay, Keith.
I'm with Colt. I think AD should have got it over Giannis. I've never pictured Giannis as a defensive player, and I just feel like with AD, with him being on the Lakers, he could focus more on his defense, because they didn't just need him for offense. So, like, you saw a lot out of him. We saw steals. We saw blocks. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'd go with AD on that one. Defensive Player of the Year.
All right. I think we can all pretty much agree Ja Moran deserved the Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
You know, Zion got a few votes. I don't necessarily agree with that. I know Colt's a Duke fan, but Zion, I don't think he deserves any first place votes. But you know, Ja Rookie of the Year. I think we can all agree he deserved the award at least.
Yeah, no. I think he deserved the reward, but in my opinion, I think you've got to put an asterisk beside that, because Zion on the court, I feel like what he did with the Pelicans when he came back, leading them to what he did, putting them in the playoff picture. They could have made the playoffs. Final vote was 99-1. It was 99-1 in first place votes. I can see that, but averaging 23, 6, and 2, shooting 60% from the field and 42% from 3, he's going to be a star. He's going to be a star.
Absolutely. Next one, most improved. Brandon Ingram beats out Bam Adebayo. I agree with this. Brandon Ingram does deserve this award. Everyone's saying, well, Bam increased his stats this much, and he did this and that and this. Well, Brandon Ingram was a starter last season. Bam Adebayo wasn't a starter, wasn't getting the minutes. A big stat nobody wants to say, Bam increased his minutes a lot too.
10
Brandon
minutes.
Ingram is playing – he played a few more minutes this year, but he improved this like a whole lot more, per minute than Bam did. So I do agree with this award. Obviously, Bam, great season. He's still playing right now. Hoping he does good. He's going to be really good one day. Hopefully an all-star for more years to come. Jackson.
Yeah, I agree. Brandon Ingram's also improved his perimeter shooting, taking 4 more threes per game, up his percentage from 39 to 33%. Yeah, I agree. Brandon Ingram deserved this award, in my opinion.
Colt.
Another one of my Duke boys. Final vote was 326 to 295, so it was really close. 42 to 38 in first place vote, so only 4 there. Brandon Ingram went from 18 to 24 points, 3 assists to 4 assists, and 5 rebounds to 6 rebounds. He improved everything. The Lakers, I'm sure they're really kicking themselves because I remember when they traded for AD, originally the Pelicans, the number 1 guy they wanted was Kuzma. That is who they wanted. They wanted Kuzma in any deal. Eventually, they worked it around to where they got B.I. and Lonzo. I'm sure the Lakers are kicking themselves, but Brandon Ingram was most improved player. But Bam did go from a bench player to a star in this league. He can guard 1 through 5, one of the best defensive players in the league. Bam is a stud.
Keith.
Yeah, I'm going with Bam. I was just looking at the nominees. It was Brandon Ingram, Luka, Bam. And Luka, I don't think he actually improved to me. I mean, he was good before. But Brandon Ingram, I saw all the strides he made. I didn't expect him to snap as much as he did with the Pelicans. But Bam, I think Bam would have had my vote for most improved player because I don't know if it was because of the timing. I forgot who started over him at the time when he first started with the Heat. But I never really expected him to get – who was it?
Whiteside.
Hassan Whiteside. So Hassan Whiteside is fighting for a spot in Portland. So apparently he was fighting for the same spot with the Heat, but I just never thought I would see Bam get to where he's getting. Like, Bam is an actual difference maker. Like, from that little viral block he had, the last second block on Jason Tatum, I just never expected him to get to that point. Like, when he was playing, he was supposed to come to state too. Another person that ducked out on us. But it's all good because he's successful now. But when he was at Kentucky, I never really saw it. I mean, he was cool and all. He could dunk and he could block. But I was like, what else you can do? And now I'm seeing him actually make a difference within a system. Like that Heat team might be the team to beat in the Eastern Conference. But that remains to be seen. We'll have to keep looking.
So some recent NBA news. Obviously, there's only 2 series going on right now. We have Heat Celtics. Are they playing right now as we speak?
They are playing right now.
It popped up on my phone.
What's the score? Anybody know?
It is I got you. The score right now is 64 to 56, Miami Heat. Third quarter, 5 minutes left.
All right, so looking like it's going to be a good game there. Then we have Lakers Nuggets going on tomorrow night, I'm pretty sure. The other night, Anthony Davis, buzzer beater, put him ahead. Where was, my only thing, apparently they drew that play up for LeBron. Why didn't he get the ball? I don't like that. I like LeBron. I like his game. I like what he stands for. Kobe would have got the ball. Jordan would have got the ball. He would have found a way to get open. I think LeBron should have fought a little harder for that shot.
It's about team playing with strengths. Anthony Davis, in my opinion, was longer. He could get over Jokic. They knew Jokic was going to come off that inbound and help with that defense, help defense. And with LeBron taking that shot, Jokic's reach is too long. He would have been right up there in LeBron's face, possibly blocking it. Anthony Davis got a little bit longer reach. And a big thing about that, I just wanted to point out, he shouted out Kobe after he made the 3.
I love that. For the Mamba.
They don't lose in the black jerseys, man.
They will not lose in those jerseys. I refuse to believe they will lose in those jerseys.
I saw something where somebody said you got to give props to Rajon Rondo. This is it's weird. Like, Rajon Rondo is important, and Rajon Rondo acts like he's been there as far as all these playoffs. For some reason, I don't know what happened. He's been doing pretty well, and then on that last second, I guess they practiced it because he was the one inbounding it, and he knew the exact angle to get it so that Anthony Davis was able to set his feet. That's the most important part of when you're like on the run. You have to be able to set your feet. So he set the angle, he got it, and just put it straight up. It was all in one motion. And as long as you can get that one motion, that shot is a lot closer. And I feel like if LeBron had taken that shot, his best bet would have been hoping for a foul. Because, you know, they've been talking about how the Lakers been getting bailed out for the foul. So maybe that's what he was hoping for. So I don't know. That's a good way to think about it. I didn't know if it was drawn up for LeBron. I wouldn't have think it was drawn up for LeBron that far out.
And then
I mean, I know he's been working on his
play. You can see.
Yeah.
I think the only reason maybe Plumlee got in the way, or something like that, got in front of LeBron, something like that. But it didn't look like Anthony Davis was supposed to get it just from the eye test. Obviously, he made a shot. Right. It doesn't matter at this point.
You're right. Another one of my Duke boys, Mason Plumlee, got to fight over, man. He miscommunication. He pointed Jeremy Grant. They were supposed to switch. I don't know what was going on. Mason Plumlee, all three of the Plumlees, man. Duke boys, I don't know. We
don't talk about that here. We don't like Duke here.
Hey, the Nuggets got a big win last night.
Big win last night for the Nuggets. Put the series at 2-1. Now, that kind of goes to my next point. If you're the Nuggets, you know, this is kind of a joke. If you're the Lakers, really, you let them go to 3. You win and go to 3-1. I mean, we all know what the Nuggets are going to do. Or you let them tie the series at 2-2.
They ain't gonna come back 3-1.
Nah, there's no way they do it again.
Man,
they still got a lot of fight in them. They do have a lot of fight.
Let the haters speak right quick. I think they'll do it just because. I mean, I don't know. I like being a contrarian on stuff like that. I like to see differences in the playoffs. Like, I love the fact that the Orlando Magic were in the playoffs. I was like, wow, I haven't seen this since what, Tracy McGrady? Since Dwight Howard and
JJ Redick, baby.
Yeah.
Stop bringing up Duke players.
I want to see the Nuggets keep going. Jamal Murray has been surprising people for the past.
Oh, I wonder why. As soon as his girlfriend gets in there, we all know what's going on. We know what's going on. That's an MVP.
Stop being an op, man.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember last year, like, he just laid a straight egg. I don't know what was going on. Maybe that was before he found his girl. Now he found his girl, and that man is on a tear. So I just want to see how long he can keep it going. I want to see
if you average 40. He told him to average 40 points a game, or he's done.
Chill, man. Let that
he's
man
on a tear in the bubble.
I want to see more of Yoke in the playoffs. I want to see if he brings out anything else from his game. Like, I was already kind of leery. I like the janitor Yoke, the kind of big Yoke. And when he came back, that skinny Yoke, I'm like, I don't know, what is this guy? Now he's been showing me something special. So we'll see.
He hit a fadeaway off one leg.
Oh, man.
That was crazy.
That was an insane shot, yeah.
He's got that reach where he can just reach over everybody and just shoot.
Me watching the series as a LeBron fan, I want the Lakers to win. I want the Lakers to win the championship. I want LeBron to cement his legacy. By no means is Game 4 a must-win for any team. But I feel like there's more urgency on the Lakers side because I feel like if this series gets 2-2, LeBron was the number 2 MVP candidate. Anthony Davis was the number 2 decoy for the regular season. You do away with Portland. You do away with Houston. If it's 2-2, none of that matters. None of that matters. There's 3 games. The one who wins 2 games out of those 3 goes on to the NBA Finals. And that kind of worries me a little bit. Jokic, he looks good. I'm not as high as on Jokic as other people. I think he's a top 3 center, but at the end of the day, call me stupid. I don't think he's better than Embiid. And this might be my Timberwolves fan talk. I don't think he's better than Karl Anthony Towns healthy. I don't. But I think he's a top 3 center. I think I'm a Timberwolves fan. I am.
No, he keeps surprising us. What the heck, man?
Yeah. I think Karl Anthony Towns is super underrated. He got injured last year, but that's another conversation. I like the Lakers winning Game 4. I think they'll win Game 4. I think it'll be 3-1. The Nuggets are going to do it. I think the Nuggets even win Game 5. It'll be 3-2. Oh, my God, they're going to do it. And then I think LeBron shuts them out. I've got Lakers and 6 was my original prediction. I'm sticking to it.
Yep. That's our basketball for now. Jump into a little bit of baseball real quick. The season's coming down. Most of the playoff teams are in. All of them might be in now.
I know last night the Indians secured the 7th spot. So the 8th spot right now is the Blue Jays, and I think might be another team fighting with them. But
right now, the Blue Jays just beat the Yankees a few minutes ago, 14-1.
Wow. They might have just clinched just then.
But granted, Yankees trying to stay healthy, trying to keep the murder lineup out. They're only playing guys 3 innings at a time. So
no facts. They're chilling. They're chilling. That
AL
doesn't say
MVP,
anything about the Yankees.
American League MVP. Really, I've got about 5 guys.
I do too.
Jose Abreu, Mike Trout, obviously, Luke Voit for the Yankees, DJ LeMahieu for the Yankees as well, and Shane Bieber. Out of all these guys, I honestly think Shane Bieber gets it. He's going to get that in the Cy Young just because he's absolutely insane. Leads the league in strikeouts by a bunch. Really low ERA. A lot of how many? Does he have any losses yet? 1. Regardless,
I'm not sure.
I know he pitched tonight. He pitched, I think, 7 innings, gave up no runs. Shane Bieber. I'm going Shane Bieber for my AL MVP.
He's a stud.
Who you guys have?
Like you said, I've got a bunch of guys. I think the AL it's a bunch of guys. You can really go with any of them and not be wrong. However, the guy I've got winning it is a guy that you didn't even bring up. I've got Jose Ramirez from Cleveland. I like Jose Ramirez a lot. Batting .289, 17 home runs, 44 RBIs, .979 OPS with a 2 WAR. I remember I was watching the Lakers game in there with one of my coaches from high school, Butch Marshburn. And we were in there watching it, and we were flipping. We were watching it, flipping back and forth. And I think it was the Yankees game that was on. It was the Yankees game on ESPN, but it was a flood. They were killing them. And they flipped to the Indians game. And you know how they start with a runner on second base and in extra innings now? Yeah. The White Sox got up 1, and Francisco Lindor hit a double. Got down by 1. Now they're only down by 1. Cesar Hernandez comes up. I'm like, you've got to face this guy. You don't want to see Ramirez. They walk him, runner on first and second, walk off Jack. It was crazy.
It was
I've
a
got
shot
Ramirez
too, wasn't it?
MVP. Oh, it was. Oh my God!
Yeah.
He stopped, looked at it, stared at it, admired it, and then threw the bat. It was crazy.
Keith, who you got for AL?
Man,
huge baseball guy, right?
Yeah, I'm not really
a huge baseball guy.
I actually was looking, and I actually knew about most of the players you were talking about. Yeah, I have nobody. I'm gonna go with whatever you say. I'm a roll with. Actually, you know what? I do know one. You said AL. I'll go ahead and go NL. I'll go with Mookie Betts. I mean, I always see him on highlights and stuff. I think he goes for another MVP.
No, Jackson, AL MVP.
AL, I'll take Jose Ramirez from the Indians. The last 5 games where they had to clinch this little where they clinched the berth of the playoffs, he's got batting over 500, 5 homers, 3 doubles, 13 RBIs. He's playing, I mean, like he should in September. 8 homers, 19 RBIs, batting over 400. I mean, he's playing like a stud. I mean, the Indians are one of the top teams right here coming in on the AL, I think. Anyways, I'll take Jose. I know. Shane Bieber. He's another guy right over there with the Indians. But I'll leave the Cy Young. I'll leave the Cy Young to him. He can have the Cy Young.
All right.
That's a
last thing.
Play.
National League MVP. I'm pretty sure we can all in a way agree it's more of a 2-man race. Fernando Tatis, Mookie Betts. I'm rolling with Tatis. I think he has the highest WAR in the league. I think his is like a 3.7. Next closest is a 2.7 in the National League. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going Tatis. Guy's a stud. He's fun to watch. He's the most fun player to watch in baseball.
I can agree with that.
Fun to watch. He's got the swagger. He plays shortstop. He hits second. He hits dingers. He's fast. He can steal bases. I like Tatis. He's a young guy. You know, I'm liking him. He's Padres. I don't know about you guys. I was not expecting the Padres to be that good this year.
Slam City.
Yeah, they were
Tatis is he's the biggest reason for that, the success going on with the Padres. But that's why he's my MVP. Because baseball, in a way, it does go to the player that's more valuable as opposed to most other sports, I can say.
Yeah.
But, I'm going Tatis. Colt.
I think Tatis means a lot to the Padres. I think that they've also got the NL Rookie of the Year at that first baseman, Jake Cronenworth. I think he'll win NL Rookie of the Year as well. He looked good. And then they also made that trade at the deadline to get Mike Clevenger. That's also really big. Clevenger's a stud. I'm going with my favorite player in the league, former Red Sox, Mookie Betts. I love Mookie Betts. I love Mookie Betts. Batting .301 on the season, above 300. You'd love to see that from him. He's pretty consistent. 16 home runs, 39 RBIs with a 960 OPS. I love Mookie Betts. I can agree that not maybe for sure, Tatis is more valuable to the Padres than Betts is to the Dodgers for the simple fact that the Dodgers were competitive before they got Betts. They're still competitive now. My Red Sox sucked it up this year. It is what it is. I'd like to see the Dodgers go get a ring so Mookie can get him another one. But yeah, he's my NL MVP this year.
All right, Jackson.
Yeah, okay, man. I'm gonna stick with my team here. I don't know about this 2-man race. I'm gonna take Mr. Freddie Freeman from the Braves. I mean,
Freddie Freeman. Does he lead the National League in average?
Yes, he's top 3 in almost every important offensive category. Anyways, OPS 1.1. He's batting .347, 50 RBIs, on base percentage over .450. I mean, he's out there playing his heart out. I know Acuna's been battling injuries this year a little bit, so he's been the face of the franchise, and he's been sticking with it. And I'm glad he's finished top 8 in the NL MVP voting 4 times. So the highest he's ever been is 4th place. So maybe he'll hop that milestone. That was in 2018, I think. So maybe he'll hop that milestone and get top 3. I feel pretty confident with him being a top 3, but I'm gonna go with him as my number 1.
All right. And Keith, you said you're going Mookie. Huge baseball guy. I know you are, Keith.
Yeah.
Huge baseball guy.
I go for whoever's hottest at the time with baseball. But
should have seen Tim Anderson.
Now who said? You said something about Freddie Freeman. Now the few baseball games I did watch, I saw him, and that man was unreal. From the little I do know about baseball, that man was unreal. So I didn't. But see, I was thinking the way I was looking at it, I was thinking, okay, this is like fairly normal across the teams, but obviously it's not. But I'll still go with Mookie. He's got the swagger, so I think he's cool. I'll go with him. I support cool guys. There you go. That's my take on baseball. So yeah.
Goes for the cool guy. So his favorite players are going to be Mookie and Tatis, I guess. But,
I don't know him, so we'll roll with him. Yeah, sure.
That's really everything we got for this week. I do appreciate it. If you guys are still here listening, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Jackson. Thank you, Colton. Thank you, Keith, for showing up. Do you guys have any shout-outs, anything you want to plug real quick?
Hey, no, thanks for having us on, man. I'm excited. I was glad it was fun. Had a good time. Got to talk about sports. That's always fun, you know.
Same with him. Thank you. It was an honor. I'm not going to make this a discussion, Ron. I'm just going to ask you this, and then we can be done. Did the New York Yankees win the World Series this year?
If they're healthy, yes. If they're healthy.
I like
they're healthy
it.
and they play right. If Garrett Cole pitches Garrett Cole does, yeah.
I think they'll beat Minnesota easily, but in that second round, Tampa Bay's got some studs, man. They've got some arms. They've got some arms.
But yeah.
Watch out for my Braves.
We're going to cut it there. If we want to keep going baseball, we might have to have you guys back next week. Thank you guys for being here. If you're on YouTube, make sure, as everyone says, like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Thank you guys for being here. We'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir.